Today, we'll learn how to create a rigid body and how to make a can pop out of a lemon using Blender. We'll build it all from scratch to the final render, completely inside Blender. Now, as you can see in this video, this is a sample I made before recording the course. First, we need the lemon, the can, the scene, the rigid body setup, lighting, and rendering. We'll start with the lemon. How do we make it? First, let's delete everything here. We need to import the lemon image. I downloaded it from Google, and I'll leave it for you in a Google Drive link. Let's bring in the lemon image. Here it is. We need to create a shape similar to this lemon. Let's select this shape. It's not quite aligned right now, but we'll fix it to model over it. Go to Rotation, set everything to 0, then move up to Z and place it right in the center. Now that the lemon image is set, let's model it. I'll press Z to switch views. I'm just moving around the software here, pressing Z like this. Right now, we are in the top view, looking at the object from a top-down perspective. Go to the menu, click Add, go down to Mesh, and then what do we choose? We'll choose a UV sphere. Of course, when you press and hold the middle mouse button, the scroll wheel, and move it, the view rotates like this. You can also rotate from here, no problem. When you add this sphere, you'll see sphere 32 inches here. These are its settings. Increasing 32 adds more vertices and geometry, but that's not good because it slows down your device and complicates your work. Let's undo that with Ctrl+Z. We'll keep it at 32, and this one was around 16. It looks a bit blocky and not smooth, so we can select it, right-click, and choose Shade Auto Smooth to smooth it out a bit. I don't want it any smoother than this. Let's stick to this approach. We don't want to rotate here. We want to move this down. We want to move our image down along the x-axis. As I move it, you'll see the numbers changing here. These numbers represent the position or location. The ones below are for rotation. Here in position, we have Z, the blue axis, for moving up and down. Let's set Z to 0 to center it. We'll set Y to 0 as well. That's the green axis moving back and forth. Finally, the x-axis for horizontal movement, let's make it 0, 2. Now back to Z as we were. From here, press Tab on your keyboard or select Edit Mode from the menu while the sphere is selected. Next, enable the X-ray option on the right so we can see through it. I just want to rotate this shape before we begin. Let's press Tab again, disable X-ray, or we can just rotate it inside Tab, no problem. I'll spin it slightly because I want this point to be horizontal, not vertical. We can also press R here, move the mouse a bit, and it'll line up, or just do it from here, whichever you prefer. Okay, let's go back to Z to adjust it. Select X-ray again, select the entire shape, grab it from the center, and move it like this. Okay, let's zoom in by scrolling the mouse wheel. We can also rotate again, but while we're in Z view, not the other one. Press R on the keyboard and move the mouse to rotate. I want this point to be on this side, and that point on the other side. Now, while the whole shape is selected, press S for scale. You can also use the scale tool from here, but the keyboard is easier. Press S, select the shape, and scale it down until it fits. Let's scale it down more to fix the main body first. Those two parts can be adjusted later. So press S again, like this. Let's turn off X-ray. Normally, when we select a specific point and drag it up, it moves entirely on its own, but we want the surrounding area to be affected too. To do that, select the point and press O on the keyboard. Make sure your keyboard language is set to English. When you press O, it activates right up here. Watch now, when we drag, the whole shape moves with us. Now let's reduce its influence. Instead of 1 meter, make it 0.2, then press Enter. Now when we select this point and move it, it only affects what's around it. Let's choose 0.5 instead, and go back to Z to see how it looks. Select this point now and drag it like this to stretch it. We can make it bigger and drag it a bit more. It's looking good now. To select this whole line, select the first point, hold Alt, and select the next point. Now, let's scale up this part, press S, and make it a bit bigger like this. Drag it over here. This part too, let's scale it up slightly to tweak it. On this side as well, select this, press J, and move it a bit. Here, choose Scale and make these points bigger. From here too, like I told you, sometimes it goes horizontal and sometimes vertical. Just follow along. Select the first point, then the next one right after it. After that, press S to scale it up a bit. This part here needs to be scaled down just a bit, like this. This one too, scale it down a little bit more. We'll keep adjusting the shape until it looks right. Now for this part, when we scale down, everything shrinks. Let's lower the influence to 0.2. Select these points and do it like this. Use scale, and it starts getting bigger. We can turn off this scale completely. Press S and scale it up. Only this specific part will grow. You can adjust it based on whether it all needs to grow or just this part. Okay, we're done with this area. Now let's create the part extending out of it. We'll select these faces. This option selects points, this one selects edges, and this one selects the whole face. Let's stick to faces. Select all these faces. Now let's hide the layers from here. We can hide or show any layer from this panel. We'll hide the drawing for now so I can see all of this clearly, because I want to select all these faces. Okay. After selecting it, we have a very cool tool here that I love to use, which is the extrude tool. When I select it and click the plus sign, it extrudes outward, right? Let's bring back the reference image to see how far we need to extrude and go back to the Z-axis. Okay, now that we've extruded, let's drag it to about here, then press S again. Use S like this and bring it out just a bit more. There's one more thing. We need to add an edge loop here, just like these edges. How do we do that? We come over to this edge loop tool and just click here to add one instantly. Don't deselect it though. Keep it selected, press S again, and scale it down a bit like this. Now, we need to scale these edges up a little so they reach this part. Let's go to the Edges tool. Select the first one, hold Alt, and click the next one to select the whole ring. Press S again to scale it up a bit. This part looks pretty good now. We're making a simple model here. We don't want it to be overcomplicated or full of too many details. Okay, here I only selected the edges, but we actually need the faces. So, switch to Faces and make sure you select the faces you want. If you try to select faces while the Edges tool is active, it will only select edges. So you must switch to Faces, draw a box, and select them. Let's go back to the Z-axis. All right, let's extrude once like this up to here, and then scale it down. It will look like this. We can scale it down a bit more and move it slightly over there. That looks great. From here as well, let's go back to the edges. We were in faces, but now I need an edge. Let's select the first one, hold Alt, and select the next one. Let's scale these edges up a bit, okay? Now, I feel this part is a bit larger than it should be, so let's select it again to double check. Select the first edge, hold Alt, select the next one, and let's scale it down using S until it fits. We also need to add an edge here, just like we did on the other side. Come over here, add a loop cut, and while it's selected, press S to scale it up just a bit. Now, I want to hide the image to see what we've done. What we have so far looks pretty neat, not bad at all. What we can tweak now are the details. How? Press Tab again. This edge is very sharp, so we need to bevel it a bit. Select the first edge, hold Alt to select the whole loop, and from here, use the bevel tool to create a bevel like this. Now that we have the bevel, we need to add some loop cuts. You can add them from the panel that appeared here. Instead of one, let's choose 2 or 3. I think this looks perfect and is more than enough. Next, we need to extrude a small section outward from here, because right now it cuts off too abruptly, which doesn't look right. Let's switch to faces, select all these faces, and extrude them one more time. Drag it out a bit. Then use S to scale it way down. This looks really nice. Let's push it back just a tiny bit. Perfect. I just don't want the tip to be too sharp. We need to do the exact same thing on the other side. Press Tab again to enter edit mode, switch to faces, select these faces, use the extrude tool to bring it out, and scale it way down like this. We can even extrude it one more time and scale it down again. For me, this looks great. All right, this lemon looks fine now and has no issues. We just need to give it some smoothness and bump up its resolution a bit. We'll use a modifier here called Subdivision. Select the lemon, go to Modifiers, click Add Modifier, and choose Subdivision Surface. This one right here. As soon as we select it, it smooths it out a bit. Of course, you could increase it to 2 or 3, but that will heavy up the load on your machine, so avoid doing that. I'll just keep it at 1, which is more than enough since we still need to apply a rigid body and we don't want the model to get too heavy. Now, go to the tool next to it and click Apply, and do the same for the other one. Notice that after we applied the subdivision, if we press Tab again, the vertex count has increased significantly, and it's much smoother. Keep in mind that the more vertices you have, the heavier it gets for the program, so always watch out for that. One last thing, when we select this object, its anchor point is over here. Its center point and its move tool are off-center, which isn't correct. It should be right inside the object. So right-click the object, go to Set Origin, and choose Origin to Geometry so it sits right here. All right, next time, God willing, we will make the can. For now, try practicing making this lemon on your own, and we'll continue in the next video.